YouTube, it's about that time. Today we have a very special one. Man, the Julian Newman 2.0, aka Geois. Now we gotta break it down, talk about this dude, and of course what is going on, why his name is going so crazy. Now a lot of you guys know by now, this dude is a TikTok influencer, has crazy clout on TikTok, and has done a number of different games amongst top YouTubers. But I think people are forgetting the biggest factor about this guy's entire career, and it's really based off something that not a lot of people notice. Now let's start at the origin. Who really started this movement of being able to blow up on social media, blow up all over by saying and doing crazy stuff on the court? Now in my opinion, it was Lavar Ball. Lavar was really the primary one to be able to be out here talking trash to everyone, saying that his sons are going to be going crazy, doing all this crazy stuff. And what actually happened? Now of course LaMelo Ball panned out very well, and Lonzo Ball panned out very well as well. And then Jello, of course, on the other hand, he's working his way there, but at least these guys can really hoop, play basketball, and this is what they're trying to do. You have to take them somewhat seriously. Of course, Jello was gonna play at UCLA, but all that happened, he ended up stealing. And of course, there have been a lot of bumps on the road, but you have to give LaVar credit. For sure, his sons have done a lot in the basketball world, and whether you like them or you don't, you definitely have to respect it. Now, of course, then following that, Jamie Newman really came out and honestly, in my opinion, kind of copied the wave. But of course, his son being very, very short. Julian Newman is definitely very short, and he was actually playing varsity since about fourth or fifth grade. And this dude was doing his thing on the court. He was scoring maybe 20, 30 points a game back when he was only that young, and he only increased. And of course, that gave him a ton of popularity and clout. Being that young and being that short was really impressive to people at the time. Now the older Julian Newman got, people really didn't mess with him like that. They looked at him really as a troll on the court a little bit, just because all he would do was what? Over dribble on the court, and he really had a bad attitude that held him back from progressing his game. His game really, in my opinion, didn't develop as much as it should have, because he had way more talent than people his age at the time. But eventually when people got older and a lot of people grew up, got taller than him, and talent really caught up to him, of course things did not end up being the same, and Julian Newman really just wasn't the same type of factor, and no one really took him seriously on the court. We looked at him more as a celebrity than an actual hooper. And of course, he is claiming that he's going to be playing overseas, and a lot of people are questioning that, and I am too. We still have not seen anything about that or an official update. And of course, there was also a rumor going around that he did have a college offer. Now, how does this tie in with Geois? If you take a look at Geois, what does he do on the court? Number one, he over dribbles the basketball like crazy. Of course, not going anywhere, just doing spam moves. But what does that create for him? It creates attention. This is what a lot of people are missing. Man, he is in it for attention. Look what happened to Julian Newman, and look what happened with him. Of course, he's probably not going to be playing college basketball or anywhere else besides where he's at right now. Who knows? He may be, but in my opinion, I don't think he will. And what happened to him? He got a TV show out of it, a ton of attention. He probably has almost 1 million followers on Instagram, a ton of popularity, and he's probably set. Of course, him and his family are very popular, and a lot of people are talking crazy about his sister. I just have to say that. Remember, she's pretty young, so you gotta chill out with that. But man, they are definitely celebrities in my opinion. A lot of people follow their every move and what they do. Even if you don't like him, you have to admit it. So in my opinion, Geois is pretty much copying this entire flow. Of course, LaVar started it, then it was Julian Newman, but man, he is copying the same thing Julian Newman is doing. But in this case, I think he's just the updated version, because TikTok was going crazy and he saw, how can I get attention from this? I'm short, I'm not the best hooper, what can I do? Man, and he does the over dribbling exactly like Julian Newman. Now, of course, I would say Julian Newman has some more game, but he pretty much did the exact same thing, and that's how he got a ton of his clout and popularity. Now, there's been a ton of really questionable and weird things going on with him, so let's break down and get into it. Now, he has had a couple 1v1s, Cash Nasty and Kenny, and shout out to Kenny for reacting to a couple of my vids, man. I appreciate that for sure. But them two have really, he's played them two guys, and honestly, man, he could play, but the thing is, of course, he's doing this for attention, and when you make this type of attention, no one is going to take you seriously. I think he has some game, but he really just puts on a show where to over dribble and not really play the 1v1 how he should, in my opinion. Now, the conspiracy really comes around when we talk about him and Cam Wilder. Now, I'm not really going to get into specifics here, but let's just say Geo is out here flexing all of his money, doing all these other things for attention, and in my opinion, I really don't think this is good for his image. Now, the reason I say this is, of course, he's young, he could do whatever he wants, but at the end of the day, he's clearly not really about this basketball life. You guys know by now, attention really breeds a lot and can get to your head, and I think that's what Geo is doing. He's using this marketing strategy just to try to get people to look at him, get likes, get followers, maybe try to get some more money, right, and be successful in the future if that's what he defines. But in my opinion, man, Julian Newman was much more respectable because of course people did not like him, but this dude was actually considered an actual hooper. Man, Julian Newman went to all these other camps, and a lot of games you can't say he performed well. He scored a ton of points. Of course, that's his main thing, probably not passing the ball, probably not getting rebounds, doing these other things on the court, but at least he was a hooper that really went out, and that's what he wanted to do, even if it didn't happen. Julian Newman was playing against pretty good competition in my opinion, played against IMG and a number of other pretty big schools because of course he ended up being at Prodigy Prep with his father. Now Gio on the other hand is just in this for attention, guys. That's exactly what he wants, and he even claimed that he was sponsored by Adidas while wearing Nike, so there's really been a ton of conspiracy around this dude, and I'm really curious, what do you guys think about him? Now of course me, I'm not on social media, I'm not on TikTok like that as much as a lot of other people, a lot of younger people, but man, a lot of people look up to what this guy is doing, and although they continue to hate on him, it's just breeding him more and more views, fame, followers, success, because that's what people are talking about. Now
I got the keys, you know what I'm saying, $30,000 on a jacket, $20,000 on glasses.
Tough! There's no way out of this one. That's tough!
This is what I do. You know why you gotta pay me to play. Look at these retro.
Of course, you could spin that on me and saying I'm creating this video, but I just want to talk about him and really examine what's going on with this dude. Now, clearly he is copying Julian Newman, so now you know the truth. This guy, a lot of people really need to realize that and stop giving him so much attention and clout just for doing the same thing over and over again and copying the one who originated it. I gotta give it to Julian. Julian was the first. Now, at the end of the day, we have learned from this situation before. We've seen the Julian Newmans come through and a lot of other players who really are not about this basketball life. Now, it's not to hate on Geois at all, but you have to know his place in the basketball world. Now, of course, you guys know this by now, man. We learned Julian Newman was spamming, doing a ton of stuff, gained all this clout, popularity, and honestly, in my opinion, I think Julian Newman was respectable. Although people didn't like him, he at least went out there, gave it his all, and although he was known for scoring and doing the same type of spam dribble, at least he was respectable and really was trying to get to the next level regardless of what people thought of him. And now Gio on the other hand, man, if that's what he likes to do, if he likes to spam and get all this attention, man, do what you got to do on the court. It's no hate, but at the end of the day, let's not take it like he's really a serious hooper and is about to play maybe in college or somewhere overseas or try to get to the NBA. Let's not let another one of these situations happen where people just take it out of control. Again, it's already happened. Julian was one of the first people to do it, in my opinion, and I don't know if there will really be another person like this, but honestly, I think we're going to see more and more people try to copy this wave of just spamming and trying to get to clout and popularity through this method. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about Geois? For sure, there is a ton going on with him and Cam Wilder, and of course, you guys know this by now. Ton of flexing money and doing all this other stuff that in my opinion, man, that's not really that cool to me. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about all these situations, and did he really copy Julian Newman and the way he's moving? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on post notifications. You get a new notification every time I upload a new video. It's LNH, I'm out.